You'll have to pardon me, I'm just getting everything set up. I have to wait for the actual stream to start before I add my usual descriptions and tags and everything in there. So I'm kind of left at the mercy of the broadcasting system here. And then the thumbnail, and we'll do it again. And where are you? Ah, there it is. Okay. And let's make sure we do this all in one go, so that way we don't have to go back. Avengers. The 2020 version. And we are supposedly good. We can continue on with these steps. So I checked in, I talked to Evan Falarka, and he told me that with all it, even though it seems like this is actually, hold on, let me mute this, because I noticed that just a small bit of audio was bleeding into the mic yesterday. So I talked to Evan Falarka, and he was talking about how it took after 10 hours of going through this, he said he finally completed it and got the suit, the iconic suit for Spider-Man, and I asked him how long it took, and he said, how many steps do I have left to do? And he said, I told him I was on step 13, which is what this is, and he said, like, you only got like a couple more to go, about 4 more to go, so we just need to get through the rest of these, so we can finally bring this mission chain to a close, and that pretty much wraps up all there is for Spider-Man for this game. Because I'm not touching the raid. I've already seen people's reactions to it. I've already heard all the bugs that have happened with the raid. And I just do not see the raid for this game as worth my time. So I'm not even going to bother with it. Especially considering that a lot of people have been trying to do the raid, have gone, one case is where someone's gone to the main menu after trying to do the raid, and all of their progress was wiped. Just all that they have ever earned in the game was just gone. So no, I ain't touching it. But let's go ahead and get through these. I actually kind of did a little bit of progress because I was testing something out. Apparently someone had a glitched mission, and it's on YouTube right now, where they were able to break outside of the barrier of the Eastern Seaboard map and allow them to swing out to the distant city in the distance. And there is a lot of distance for you to swing around. Makes one think that, hey, is this what Patrol was supposed to be? Just kind of brings up a couple of questions. Like, I can put it in the Discord so you guys can see that the person glitched outside of this area, that what I'm about to go to right now, and they were able to swing all the way out in a distant city, and the city looks like it was built to have people in it. Like, it's a almost full-length area for you to be in. And it looks like it was unfinished. Now, whether it was what Patrol is supposed to be, because we don't even know if Patrol is even still coming to the game, if that's what it's supposed to be, or someone got a little bit too enthusiastic with creating the background in the distance, even though no one was ever going to go over there. Either one of those two things.
Be on your guard.
Dang it, I hate it when I get a piece of sausage stuck in the back. And you just swung through the telephone pole right there, didn't you?
There are Inhumans caught in a standoff up ahead. Backup has arrived. Protect those Inhumans.
Hey! It's those AIM people you keep talking about.
Yeah, Sean Chiplock almost sounds like Drake Bell in certain instances. And I gotta perform these evade attacks, or sprint attacks. think we done it. So let's see our objectives now. Alright, open 10 strong boxes. Should not be hard at all. So we just need to open a whole bunch of strong boxes around here. And when we're done... Did it just have me grab onto my own ally there for a second? Surprised that didn't hit me. And these guys are not supposed to be here. Alright, use the takedown on the big guy, since I have that special ability for him.
Team of watchdogs is in the vicinity. I've sent their location to your HUD.
Why not let him climb from here? There we go, I had to jump. I'm sorry? Where am I? What was that? I'm trying to see if I can replicate that again. D-Train, what's going on? I'm trying to see if I can replicate that again. I don't know. There it is. There it is. How am I doing this? How am I in here? Oh my goodness, how am I in here? I should not be in here. This is impossible. I shouldn't be in here. How? It should not be possible for me to be in this. Yep, saving this as a clip. Hold on. I gotta save the full minute where I tried to do this. Hold on, let me look at it. Yeah, there it is. Wow. Okay, so I found another bug. I technically should not be able to crawl. Now, can I get out? I'm just stuck in here. I am just stuck. And I can't fall through the scaffolding in order to get down because it's not an actual real scaffolding. I could get out if it could let me out through the bottom, but the game don't work like that. Let me see if I can glitch myself out. So how is it so far? I mean, it's alright. Nothing to write home about. I mean, sure, Spider-Man's in the game, but the game is still Marvel's Avengers, so take with that what you will. I gotta see if I can glitch myself out of this. Or I could just reload the checkpoint. Note to self, never climb the scaffolding as Spider-Man, or you could wind up getting stuck in that area, and then you have to reload.
The clusters ahead are interconnected molecules of a volatile metal I cannot identify. You'll have to destroy them all or they'll regrow. A cluster has regrown. You must destroy them all or they will keep coming back.
Flanking maneuver! This is not going to end well for you.
Destroyed. I will use this data to attempt to identify their component molecules. Flanking maneuver!
I wonder, if I reload checkpoint, will it also reload the chest as well? I hit circle to dodge.
I've detected another pocket of corrupted vibranium.
Hey, look!
This vein of corrupted vibranium has been destroyed.
Won't even let me do the takedown.
Fun?
Alright, where's the next switch?
Good night.
And the last one should be right here. There we go. Level up. How many of these golden strong boxes have I opened and still haven't gotten the trophy for it?
Okay, that's going to leave a Anyone get some photos?
Alright, I think we got it, so let's move on to the next one. Move on to the next chest.
Have some fun. embarrassing yourselves.
We're just keeping an eye out for chests right now. I'm not talking as much as I did before because I've pretty much aired out all my grievances about Marvel's Avengers yesterday, and me just repeating the exact same thing I said yesterday, which just seemed kind of redundant. Hello, teleporting allies. Nice. Alright, so there's no chests over here.
Stop hitting me.
What are you talking about? You fell in the water. No one hit you. I still feel like you dropping into the water or off of a cliff should not drain your health down to the point where an enemy can one-shot you if you're not careful. That is, kind of unnecessary. Also, so is limiting how many revives you get when you're playing by yourself. Actually, limiting revives at all. The whole idea of, you know what, let's give these people a limited amount of revives so that they can really work hard to not die. Or you could just not do that at all. Why am I trying to get stuck in this thing again? It's because I'm curious. That's why I keep doing this. Curiosity's gonna get the best of me and then my game's gonna crash. Oh, I know where another chest is at. It's over here.
Neutralize the watchdogs unit.
I could, but I ain't gonna. Well, there's that. There it is!
Get down. Over here.
I'm trying to do a takedown. I'm hitting the buttons. Now you let me do it. Okay, there should be another chest somewhere, but I'm gonna reload the checkpoint and see if those chests respawn. If they respawn and I can use them again, just another cheap way that I can get through this.
I've sent their location to your
If not, and then we'll just do this mission again. Yeah, they've been used up.
Neutralize the watchdogs unit. neutralized. They have lost another agent. Another bounty hunter is down. I've located captive Inhumans. They're being kept in portable cells. You'll have to break them out.
Something over here. Is that either another chest or some corrupted vibranium? We'll see in a sec.
Hey, it's those AIM people you keep talking about.
The clusters ahead are interconnected molecules of a volatile metal I cannot identify. You'll have to destroy them all or they'll regrow. The cluster has regrown. You must destroy them all or they will keep coming back.
What are you talking about? I just got here. Keep an eye on which one's gonna heat up first.
Have been destroyed.
All right, there we go.
To attempt to identify their component molecules.
You're free, no exams for you. Awesome, Shock. Hold on, that looked weird. Hold on, that looked weird. I'm doing good, Shock. Just trying to get through Spider-Man on this Avengers, then I can call it. Then I can just call it on playing this game for a nice long while, because frankly, there really isn't anything to keep me playing, as I suspected. I just wanted to have an experience of playing Spider-Man for myself, and I just feel like, sure, he may be a blast to play, he may be fun, and there's plenty of ins and outs in terms of his combat is concerned. A lot of fun moments to be had for now, but it's still in this game, so it's never going to reach potential that could be considered on par with either Insomniac or any other Marvel game that did phenomenally well. I'm trying to do a takedown. Okay. Should not be this difficult to get a takedown on him. Just zone in on the guy and do it. You gotta be at the exact level, at the exact moment, at the exact place in order for the game to see, like, hey, you're trying to do a takedown. You're kind of 1.5 degrees off, so you just need to kind of move a little bit further down.
To open the cell.
Still feels off, huh? Yeah. Nothing's changed. Even playing this a second time, nothing has changed. It's the exact. It just I don't know what you would have thought I would have felt had I booted this up a second time and thought long and hard about it, but no, it just feels the same. I am so glad I never chose to invest my channel into doing nothing but Avengers content for you guys, because that would have been boring for me. I wonder, if I grab the chest and then restart the entire mission, not just reload checkpoint, will that reload the chest? Because we only need to get 5 now.
AIM has sent bounty hunters into urban areas to search
2 are
for
going to be in that
Inhumans.
closed-in spot that's
Some have
off
been
next
sent
to the
Jersey
coast.
City. It's imperative
1
that
is
you
going to be
stop
on the rooftop in front of the area we're about to go down
I will scan
into.
the area for
And there's
AIM
1 out in the
signatures
distance,
and
so
update
that's
your HUD.
4 in all.
Be on
No,
your guard.
and then there's another one inside that closed off area. So we run through this area, open up the chest, and then that's it for this step. Also, there was a little bit of a black part at the bottom of him when he swung up for a second there.
Inhumans caught in a standoff up ahead. Backup has arrived. Protect those Inhumans.
Ah, no! That guy's coming and I can't... Now!
What was that sound just now? If only Spidey played smooth, that would have been nice. My thing is, if only the rest of all of them felt incredibly polished. Because like I said yesterday, the game's combat is this game's highest selling point. It's not playing with people, it's not the locations, it's not the enemies you face, it's not even the content that's in the game, it's the combat that's the real big selling point. And it's not just me who thinks this way, it's a lot of other people, a lot of news outlets and people who have interacted with this game. This game's biggest selling point is the combat, because that seems to be the only thing that's actually the smoothest, but even then, there's still plenty of room for improvement.
I needed to test out my new webs anyway.
But it's not just the combat that needed to be smoothed out, it's the whole aspect of them saying, this is a looter game, but then they introduce content that you can only do once a week in order to get a specific piece of gear, completely undermining the whole purpose and pretty much the fundamentals of looter games, which is have people play to get the loot that they want. If you're time gating events or time gating missions to get a specific piece of gear for once a week, you're not exactly building up. I don't know if they think that, oh, if we limit how often they can do it, then they'll just be back again on the next week. But you're really kind of making it so that people who really want to get the best gear possible won't touch your game at all until the next day they can get the best piece of gear, if that's the case. What you're saying is, we could give you this gear all the time, or give you a way of getting it however many times as you want to, but we're not going to, for reasons unknown. There's absolutely no reason why you should time gate content in a game you want people to play all the time.
The clusters ahead are interconnected molecules of a volatile metal I cannot identify.
I don't care, Jarvis.
You'll have to destroy them all or they'll regrow. A cluster
Jarvis, I
has
do not
regrown.
care about
You
all
must
the
destroy them all, or they will
unstable
keep coming
vibranium that is growing out of the ground.
Unit.
The only thing I care about is getting all of these strong boxes. Alright, so where's the switch? And I'm suppressed, which means that I can't do dodges. Alright, you guys can handle all of that. I'm gonna go after the strong boxes here in the distance. I am not interested in anything they got going on right now. I played this mission so many times that I was just like, it's whatever. Just let me explore. Alright, one more and then we can move on to the next step.
I've detected another pocket of corrupted vibranium.
That's nice, Jarvis. I don't care, though. I only care about opening up this area. Alright. Switch. Switch there, but it didn't exactly go down like it should have. Are you not gonna run up the wall? You can run up the wall any day of the week.
You asked for this.
Okay, where's the last one? There we go. Good thing they have a grace timer on doing that. Out my back! Just open it up. Just open it up, Spidey. I don't care about anything else. Alright. That's done. Next objective. Talk to Liz Allen in the anthill. Alright. Let's go ahead and exit out to the Quinjet. And just go back to the anthill and see where things go from here. Piece of sausage still stuck in my teeth. Hate that. Yeah! Wait, Godfall Challenger Edition? Godfall Challenger Edition? Wait, don't tell me that's like a free version of Godfall, because I kind of do want to try that out. Let's see. Challenger Edition focuses on 3 unique modes: Lightbringer, Dreamstones, and the Ascended Tower of Trials. Okay. Godfall Challenger Edition players can upgrade at any time to the Deluxe Edition, gaining access to both Godfall and Fire and Darkness campaigns. So you're not even getting the full game of Godfall. You're just getting the Challenger Edition that only does the 3 endgame modes. Wow, that sucks. I was actually looking forward to trying out Godfall, but you're only going to let me... You're not even letting us do the full game as a new game. This is a PlayStation Plus thing that they're doing for December, which starts on December 7th. But they're not giving access. They're not even going to let us have Godfall. They're going to just give us access to the 3 endgame modes. That's actually kind of disappointing. I was actually looking forward to trying out Godfall for the first time. But Here we are. That's actually disappointing. I really wanted to try out Godfall, but no. They don't believe in that. Okay, so following the acclaimed Fire and Darkness, let's travel to the anthill real quick. Just so I'm not keeping you guys waiting. Following the acclaimed Fire and Darkness expansion and free Lightbringer update in August, we're happy to announce Godfall Challenger Edition, which allows new players to experience the game's trio of endgame modes, minus the story content of the base game and Fire and Darkness expansions, and granting existing players new exciting features and rewards to enjoy. As you already may have heard, Godfall Challenger Edition will be available on PlayStation Plus from December 7th through January 3rd. So what it does is instantly boost your player level to max, and it lets you dive into the end game. But it won't let you do the campaign, though. So you actually have to buy the actual game in order to get access to the game's story. So it's only going to let you play the end game modes, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping to have access to the actual full game, but oh well, guess I'll just wait on Godfall to drop down in price again.
A present? For me? You shouldn't have.
Mark and I reverse engineered some of his circuits.
Really? Whoa! This is amazing!
While I've got you, I talked to Peter.
Did you now?
He offered to hack into the Bugle's website and broadcast incriminating footage from AIM's internal database worldwide. We just need to get him access to AIM's server from the inside.
Huh. Sounds like a job
She
for
has
me.
neutral face,
And Mark,
squinting eye
you can use
face,
his login
and
to get
slightly
administrative
raised eyebrow
access into AIM's
face.
server.
I'm sorry,
Send the
my
data
face
to
is tired
You're in
from
business.
everything. Okay, so next up, throw webbed enemies using Web Whirlwind or Web Slam. We can easily go to the harm room and do that. To the harm room! And let us get rid of all of these objectives that are currently perturbing us today. Let me go ahead and hit start so we can get in there. Hyoko Sanonji, welcome. Hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. We're just going to be playing through Marvel's Avengers Spider-Man, and I'm just doing Spider-Man's related missions because I am not interested in the raid that came with this update because this game just does not do it for me. So if this ends up being shorter, depending on how long you stay, then I'm just letting you know that's how things are.
This is not going to end well for you. That's gonna hurt the brain.
What if I want to be the one to take out the enemies? Why are my AI so aggressive?
Let's have some fun. Bad about this. And it's gone.
Okay, I leveled up, so I got some points. Where is it? Web spread, whirlwind, rapid spin, web pull, web whirlwind, spider grasp, web repeater. Where's the web slam actually? Ah, there it is. Now, since he's not webbed up, this probably isn't going to work. Sure, just take my kill, Kamala. Can you not? Widow, did I ask you to juggle?
That's all she
I don't mind if you jiggle, but I didn't ask for you to juggle. No! Why are you so aggressive? How am I supposed to get this done if you're killing everyone?
It's not going to end well for you.
Stay away from my kills. Stay away from my kills. Kamala, stay away! Stay away from my kills! And every time I try to run away, they follow me and kill everyone I get close to.
They'll think twice next. I almost feel bad for these guys. Almost.
Stop aiming at who I'm aiming at! It's frustrating when I'm trying to web up an enemy and trying to do this thing on my own, and they're just killing everyone. This is why there should be an option to either have a squad with you, or you play by yourself, because AI makes some of these challenges annoying to do. Hey, I'm busy here! And the web status is gone, and I gotta do it all over again. Stay away from the people I'm trying to murder! Why are y'all so aggressive? Let me have this! Why isn't there a setting that says, okay, AI will be passive and only help when they need to help? Not AI will murder everything within a 5-foot radius. If y'all don't stop. No, Tony, come here, come here, come here. Stop shooting everyone I'm trying to take down. No one asked you, Kamala. Leave him alone. Do nothing. He is mine to finish. Y'all saw how I was just about to shoot him with the web ball, and then Kamala just yanked him from me. Ooh, this game! Thank you. Okay, how many was that? Because apparently there's too many words in the objective box and I can't accurately see the numbers. 9 of 15. So we got 6 more people to throw and hit. So since I can get a good 4 slams down, we just need potentially 2 more enemies to web up. Tony, can you stop being Tony? Why are you here? Y'all just ganging up on one dude like that one scene from JoJo? Can I have this, please? He's mine! He's mine to finish! And he's stuck to the wall! So I can't even get him. That's annoying in and of itself. He's mine, he's mine, he's mine. Get away from him, get away from him. Thank you. There we go. Another full objective done. So it looks like we only needed that one guy. We're good, which means we can go ahead and leave. Complete any villain sector as Spider-Man with Black Widow and then Ms. Marvel in the strike team as players or companions. One villain sector. Okay. And I think this is it. I think this is the last one we have to do. There's 17 steps in all, I believe. And we can call it quits. Oh my goodness. The frustration. A new Genesis is at hand. And we can finally wash our hands of all of this. Happiness can return to my soul. And I can focus on other things. But let's go ahead and do these villain sectors. This is priority threat sector, and I'm not strong enough to do that. Do I have anything for... Okay, so I am just too weak to do any villain sectors, apparently. So what you're telling me is... beating the odds, villain sector. I can potentially do that. But let me see if I can find one that's kind of really scaled to me. Because all of them are scaled higher than I am. And I am not trying to spend the next hour and a half just getting the Spider-Man leveled up just to do a villain sector for me to end this mission chain. So, do we have a villain sector here? No. Power level too low. Boost my power level up just a smidge. I can't do anything with any of this. You can't upgrade any gear that's under 100. They stopped that, so you can't do that anymore. Only gear that's level 100 and above can be upgraded now. So everything you get is just regular. There's got to be a villain sector I can do that doesn't require that I spend too much time leveling in order to get it done. Let's do beating the odds. That's the only one I can really do. But it also means that I have to take on... Monica.
I found a convincing match. Project Omega is being developed at this location.
We've been scanning for cosmic radiation ever since we returned from the future.
And you believe this is where Monica's working on her prototype?
I'm trying to skip.
The readings I've detected are...
Oh, thank goodness I can skip this cutscene. Okay, so... Kamala and Black Widow are set as my companions, so they are definitely going to be with me on this. Probably should have had Hulk with me since he's the highest character I have, and I got Hawkeye. Joy.
Project Omega's development site is a few clicks away.
Project Omega's getting shut down. Save the final blow from me, kids.
So let's just focus on doing the objective and getting this done.
security forces are on high alert.
Avengers, secure that super weapon at all costs.
Trouble up ahead. You know you can still run.
Enemy again!
No? Fine by me.
Okay, that looks bad.
Hey, buddy, you got another one of those fancy explanations?
Of course, you're witnessing the form of electromagnetic radiation. The energy fluctuations are very alarming.
We're definitely in the right place.
Oof, look at that gate. So much for inconspicuous.
Yeah, modesty isn't exactly part of AIM's vocabulary.
Let's do some embarrassment while we're at it, shall we?
I'm trying to do takedowns. I can't. Now it lets me do it. That is not reliable at all. I'm hitting triangle and circle. Why is this so unresponsive?
Okay, that looks bad.
Hey, buddy, you got another one of those fancy explanations?
Of course, you're witnessing a form of electromagnetic radiation. The energy fluctuations are very alarming.
We're definitely in the right place.
I need heals. I need to heal up. Sorry if I gotta run away, but I gotta heal up.
That one hurt.
And I don't have any new gear that I can wear.
I owe you one.
Okay, that looks bad.
Hey, buddy, you got enough?
There's gotta be something else I can do. Threat sector, it has to be a villain sector. It has to be. I can't do Abomination, and I can't do Taskmaster, as fun as they are. I can't even do... Wait. Utah. Where's that mission? Where's that mission for... Where is it? There's a mission I can do that is for the anthill, where I have to take down one of those big mechs. Where's it at? Shield faction mission, out of the shadows. Come on, I know you're around here. That's a faction mission. Where's the mission where I get to take down a big robot? Okay, to tame a Titan. That's the elite version. Where's the regular version? That's Turbulence. That's the elite version. Where's the regular version? I'm not trying to do the beating the odds. Ooh, I think I know where I can go. If I go to the faction place where I can take on faction missions for either Shield or the Resistance, I can hopefully bring up that mission where I can take on those villain sectors. Above and Beyond. Yes. Okay, so now we just need to have it brought up on the main hub and then go do that mission. Because I'd rather do that than try and force myself to level up Spidey enough to do elite versions of these missions. So Pacific. Drop zone. Where is the mission I just took on? Okay, we were in the forest. Where's that mission? I just brought it up. Where's that threat sector? Quit playing. Where is it? I just accepted it. Is it a Shield mission? Let me look it up. Where is it? Come on. Don't play with me. Don't you dare play with me. I don't have time for this foolishness. I don't have all day. This game really wants to test my patience today. Highlight on war table. Where on the war table? In Honor's name, is that it? Above and beyond. It's above and beyond. Okay. Where is it on the war table? Track it. Highlight it. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Oh, my goodness. Now we're going to set that difficulty down to challenge 1, because I don't care. And now we got it. Oh, my goodness. I thought we were going to be stuck, but we're not. We're not. We're good. We're good. Oh, Bobby. I don't want to do this any longer.
Major AIM research facility.
Let's take it out. You carpet
I feel I have given this game far too much of my life already. I don't want to do this anymore.
Any AIM project data you destroy on site will be gone forever.
Excellent. This is our chance to hit Monica where it hurts. Ready for precious research. I'll send my best agents to help keep local security busy.
A simple, direct plan.
Jarvis, how hot do you think this area will be?
Shield's bombing run probably won't damage AIM's structures, but should help slow their security response somewhat.
As long as we can get through this threat sector and bring this to a close, I'll be happy.
I'm impressed AIM are able to mask facilities such as these from satellite detection.
I'm getting reports that our bombing run started some fires in the facility. Nothing big yet, but they'll spread.
I should be able to open the gate if you get to the terminal I've marked on your HUD.
As long as we can make it to the final boss of this stage and kill it, we'll be fine. But apparently I have skills that I need to spend. So let us go into mastery. Increase, okay, where is the option that gives me more status effect for webs? How about web status dealt by just regular shots? Why does it always have to be like the different things? Why can't it just be like increases web status buildup for all web types, not just one specific type? See, already these are just disappointing me because it doesn't have the skill that a lot of us would look out for, such as being able to build up more web status. There's one here, caught in a web, where ranged critical damage will deal more web status, but I just want flat web status damage buildup. I can't have that? Guess we got to deal with the hand we're dealt here.
Kick down the front door. Stand firm, Agent. Avengers are on their way.
I remember doing this mission so much during the beta. Still the same. No, you don't. You ain't stealing my kills. Leave me alone. Really don't want to compare this to Insomniac, but yeah, it's very hard to not compare this to Insomniac. Sure, they're both two entirely different games, but Insomniac has pretty much shown us what it's like to play a phenomenal Spidey in a video game. So basically everything after that point is pretty mid. But you appreciate and respect the devs. Well, that makes one of us at least. Not saying you're wrong for saying that. It's just that I feel like for a bunch of people who say they have a massive passion for comics and Marvel comics, they would have done more concerning this game and making it feel more like a Marvel game and not like a Destiny knockoff. They could have done so much more. The potential for this game to be the potential, as I was saying, for this to be on par with Insomniac's Spider-Man, it was there. But it got wasted by trying to turn this into a live service marketplace skin simulator with Marvel included. Because if you were really passionate about Marvel comics and everything, you wouldn't have recolors like this was your average first-person shooter Battle Royale game. Battle Royale games have recolors. A Marvel game should have all the costumes and as accurate as they should be. with barely any recolors in them.
There's the team.
Unless you only did it because you want people to buy the exact same thing and hope that your marketplace will be more than enough to sustain you. That's the only thing I can think of. Because I'm not about to get the costume of Spider-Man and then get the same costume with red and green on it. Or black and yellow on it. Imagine an Avengers game by Insomniac. Probably would have been really good. And it probably wouldn't have been games as a service. Well, here's the thing. You can do games as a service well. But it's when you try and do games as a service as a means to constantly monetize whatever you're making, rather than making it a game that is fully enjoyable with player focus as... How am I getting damaged by something? What is killing me? What is killing me? When you do it like Avengers did, you're gonna have very mixed results. But if you do it in a way that is respectful, hey man, how you doing today? How's Spider-Man DLC? Is it great? When I saw the gameplay trailer, I was disappointed. Insomniac Spider-Man is a better game than this. It flat out is. If you want to here's the thing. For people who want to play Marvel's Avengers, if you're playing Marvel's Avengers for Spider-Man, you are going to be disappointed. Because this is not if you're trying to play this game for Spider-Man, you're better off just playing Insomniac, especially if you're a PlayStation user, that is. If you're a PlayStation user, you are better off playing Insomniac, Spider-Man, and Miles Morales if you really want to get a good Spider-Man experience. If you want one that's limited by the entirety of Marvel's Avengers, then you play Avengers.
Still has a lot of security in the area.
Ted Price is the CEO and founder of Insomniac, right? Yeah, I hope he does not retire. Hold on, let me look up Ted Price. Yes, he is currently the CEO of Insomniac. But is it great? No, it's not great. It's not. The game's lack of momentum whenever you do something is very apparent when you're playing a Spider-Man, because the game allows you to go up as high as you can, but then you immediately hit the ceiling. And I've already seen a bunch of people already saying that, oh, you shouldn't be concerned with increasing the ceiling, because what are you going to do when you get all the way up to the top of the ceiling? Not hit it? If it's high enough? If it's high enough, then it won't be such a distraction when I fly up into the air and then hit an invisible wall and then lose every single bit of momentum that I gain just from swinging. Because you immediately start to see that the moment you allow yourself to go high with Spider-Man in this game, it won't take long for you to hit the ceiling. And then you'll notice, like, wow, that's actually kind of limiting. Then when you look at his swinging and realize, wow, that's not exactly momentum based, nor is it all that smooth, because as soon as you start swinging, you start to notice that regardless of what you do, your swing will always reset every new swing. It's not like your speed carries through the entire animation. It just starts and stops whenever you start a new swing, and that just breaks the flow and the momentum of how it looks to me. And that kills it for me. That's actually what kills all of traversal for me in the game, because I was hoping that things would improve from the beta, but nothing has ever changed. Regardless of how many times they bring it up, they keep making up excuses of, oh, you can't do this because the game is limiting, and there's hardware limitations and everything. They say hardware limitations, but they don't exactly describe what it is doing to the hardware to cause them to not want to do upgrades to traversal or anything like that. So, Spider-Man is okay. Sure, Spider-Man is a blast to play combat-wise, movement-wise, it needs so much work. I mean, look here. You can climb a wall. but there's no reason to if you can just run up the wall.
Wild guess? Those are the bad guys.
And it's not as intuitive, and it doesn't flow as much as you would think.
Nice job, everyone.
Because I glitched myself into a scaffolding that should never have allowed you to glitch into it at the beginning of this stream. And I had to reload my game in order to actually get out of it, because I was permanently stuck inside of an area I shouldn't have been in, because climbing is kind of pointless. I need health though. And the thing I can say about this game is that this is the only game where I have absolutely no possible idea of what they can do going forward from Spider-Man. Because they tease Spider-Man so much, they tease the rework for gear so much, they tease the cosmetic vendor being reworked so much, all this big stuff leading with Spider-Man, and I can't even say...
That's all good. AIMCOM's chatter indicates they're struggling to respond to our attack.
We've done everything we can. Time to head home.
I can't even tell you if there's anything happening after this. Spider-Man on this game looks like so much buff. Does he really look all that buff?
Wait. My monitoring team detected a huge data burst.
It appears to be a weaponized mech.
We need to take it down. Hard. Agreed.
And he doesn't look any different to me. But watch. This is a perfect example. It lets you go up as high as you can. And then as soon as you hit the skybox, any momentum and forward momentum you gain is lost. Because momentum is not a concept for movement in this game. And this isn't just for Spider-Man. There really isn't no sense of momentum when you're playing as any character, really. Characters that we all know should move fast don't move fast for reasons unknown. And just saying it's hardware limitations is not a good enough reason unless you explain what hardware is being limited, what portion of hardware is being limited in that regard. We're not dumb. We can comprehend things. Explain it to us, and then we'll stop asking about it. But just saying that there's hardware limitations that won't allow you to do this without explaining what is being affected that could cause limitations for traversal, that's kind of not good enough. Because I dare any person who has Marvel Avengers on PC, and if you're the hacker type, and you mod games or whatever, try and see if you can mod the game to allow you to move faster. Because the devs talk as if this is an incredibly difficult thing to do, and I wonder if anyone is able to mod the game in a way where this can be accomplished. So I'm just kind of wondering. Like, I can't even climb to the top of this because wall crawling... Okay, so now it wants to work. Can't even see. I'm stuck. Am I stuck inside this? Can I get out? Am I stuck? Where am I? Hold on. Where am I? I am stuck in here. How do I get out? Let me out! I'm stuck. Let me out of here! I am... Okay, you see me right there, right? How am I able to travel inside this thing? I can't get out! And I don't want to Okay, so... I can't do anything. I literally can't do anything. I am currently... What in the world? I am walking through this entire thing. How do I get out of here? I gotta reload. I gotta reload. Okay, reloading checkpoint. Oh my goodness. Wow. I can't even do a village sector without running into a glitch.
It appears to be a weaponized mech.
We need to take it down. Hard. Agreed.
All games have glitches and bugs, but this one it really sucks. Yes. Because here's my thing. Yes, it is true that games have bugs and glitches. Some of the best games do. Y'all remember when you could swing around as a brick in Spider-Man? The game was not perfect when it first came out. But then it got better. The bad thing about Avengers is, however, there are still things that are present, and I just got shot down. There are still things that are present that happened in the beta that is still happening in this main game a full year after this game's launch. And I'm just wondering when all of that is going to be sorted out. Because people are still falling underneath the map of this game a full year after. There's footage of there's footage of people falling underneath the map in their brand new raid that they spent so much time doing. There's still people falling underneath the map. Alright, now we drop to this side. And hopefully the game won't glitch, so I won't get stuck. Am I swinging on nothing like PlayStation 1 Spider-Man? Yes, yes. Look, right there. Due to the limitations of this game, don't expect Spider-Man to swing off of every single building. Now, mind you, his webs can stick to buildings, but they're not limited to buildings. Due to the very nature of Avengers and the wide open spaces and maps that you can find yourself in, they have allowed Spidey to literally swing off the air like he did back in the Spider-Man PS1 days and the first Amazing Spider-Man game. They've allowed him to do that, but that's pretty much how he operates now. He swings on nothing in order for him to actually get around, because there's nothing more disappointing looking than seeing Spider-Man swing on absolutely... There's actually nothing more disappointing than seeing Spider-Man actually try to run on foot anywhere, because Spider-Man is not known for running on foot. He's known for swinging. So they had to do a compromise. Unfortunately, that compromise just doesn't flow, which is this game's main problem. Oh no, I know what you like to do. You like to shoot me. See, if I was Thor, this guy would be dead already. But then again, my Thor is kind of high level. Don't you do it! You better save me. Hulk, you're the strongest person I have. How come all these people aren't immediately dead yet? You are the highest ranking person I have. And there are people out there that said that Avengers was going to win Best Ongoing Game. That's funny. I wish I too could have hope in a dead horse with 2 broken legs that's being forced to run the Kentucky Derby. Okay, so I gotta go find some health because if I lose, any type of game doesn't have bugs and glitches. I think all games around the world does have bugs and glitches. No game is perfect, but that doesn't take away the rest of enjoyment like the story. True, no game is perfect, but a good game is one that learns how to fix those bugs so that they don't happen, so it doesn't impair people's enjoyment at all. If you continuously let the same bugs and glitches persist into your game, then you haven't learned. Have I seen One Piece chapter 133? Hold on. I believe I reacted to that already. Yeah. Johnny, where have you been? I do my One Piece reactions every day, every Sunday. I do my One Piece reactions every Sunday. So, you're late. I've already did that yesterday. Well, day before yesterday. I already did that Sunday. The devs are going to learn from mistakes for the bugs and glitches. They had an entire year to learn from these mistakes, Mr. DJ. They had all this time. They had every opportunity. But they just focused on some of the wrong things. They focused on rather pushing out content to keep people invested than fixing the thing that would have kept them from complaining as much. Sure, there's bugs and glitches. Bethesda is well known for their games for having that, but the thing is, their game... Oh, did I kill him? Can I damage him now? Good thing Spider-Man disobeys the entire laws of physics and can continuously damage an enemy by being permanently airborne. Just end this suffering, please. Just end it. Just end it. Unlike Guardians of the Galaxy, that's fun. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy is good. That's how you do a good Marvel game without trying to do all extra fluff. Because the thing is, I'm pretty sure Marvel's Avengers was never going to be a games as a service game, but some big suit, whoever was in charge, decided, you know what? We've seen the potential as games as a service, so let's do that for Marvel. It probably won't set well with a lot of people, but let's do it anyway because Marvel, yeah, hey, the Avengers movies are profitable, so let's see if we can make this game profitable continuously as well. There we go. I took down a robot with web shooters.
And their backup plans.
I hope this counted because some people have run into a bug where they could do this.
For real this time.
Me too. That felt good.
I hope I was able to complete that objective.
Nothing like carpet bombing AIM, smashing up their stuff to help a person feel like they've had a productive day.
You said it, Commander.
Thanks again, everyone.
The more we hammer AIM's research, the weaker they'll get.
Works for me.
That's nice and all, but I don't care. Now we get to talk to Liz. Okay, mission rewards, weekly patrol, text from Jersey. How much more do I have to do? Good God! The boss fight to me is bad. It's the truth. Do you mean the boss fights in Guardians or the boss fights in this game? Because in Guardians, I can kind of see where people are coming from when it comes to boss fights and combat as a whole. Combat, while it's good, it's not the best, and at times it can feel repetitive. But thankfully, the rest of the game makes up for the very small shortcoming that is the combat. Game Awards 2021 is coming on December 9th, and I have the day off that day. Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Senior executive at Allen Chemicals turned himself in to authorities today, claiming that he was solely responsible for the company's involvement with AIM scientist Dr. Spencer Smythe. Smythe and Advanced Idea Mechanics are both under investigation after raw footage of advanced synthoid testing was leaked to the Daily Bugle's website, raising questions as to whether AIM's practices are not just unethical, but illegal. The Bugle's internal investigation into who uploaded the live stream is still underway.
Hey, Liz. Are you okay?
Sort of. Still processing, I think. Mark always had a bit of a protective streak. I guess I never expected him to do all this just to save my career. I mean, working with AIM? Even knowing what they were really doing, it just...
And you wouldn't have lost that internship in the first place if it wasn't for Peter Parker.
Peter? Peter had the right idea this whole time. AIM is dangerous. We should have exposed them a lot sooner.
So, you don't hate him?
I mean, I did it first. You know, nobody.
Can we have other villains? Other villains than AIM? I'm serious. At least we have Maestro.
Now I have something to offer the resistance.
It would be nice.
Maybe Allen Chemicals can't.
We'll talk more in a sec about that.
But they can at least spare one of their top biochemists. Me.
Parker said you were as tough as you are smart. He was right.
So what about you, huh? What's next for Spider-Man?
Well, first I'm gonna go back to New York and get a decent slice of pizza. After that, I guess it's back to the old grind.
Speaking of, I have work to do, so it's cool if you want to go, like, have some superhero bonding time or whatever.
Oh, that's okay. I'm still not used to having people around. I've always flown solo. Or swung, I guess. So, working with the Avengers has been kind of terrifying, but also nice. I don't know. It's strange. Having people want to be around me, and wanting to be around them, too.
That's called having friends, Spidey. You should try it sometime.
Where were his subtitles?
I like it.
You did good out there.
Ah, we're finally done.
And you know, if you wanted to stick around on
I know a final conversation when I see one.
I don't think anyone would mind.
Bruce only requested that you limit your lab time to once a day and during work hours.
I'm really flattered. But I've still got my own messes to clean up back home. New York isn't gonna save itself. Still, if you need anything from me, give me a call. And I'll be there.
Oh, yeah? You're not gonna go all alone on us?
I guess it's not the worst thing in the world to have a couple of superhero friends on speed dial. Actually, if you don't mind, could I get a lift back to New York? Kind of far for a rideshare.
Okay, we did it. We did all of his missions. Wow, so fun. What a great DLC. I have nothing to say anymore.
Hey, Aunt May. Sorry I'm late. I was hanging out with some new friends. Hey, don't sound so surprised. You know what? I did have a nice time. But you know you're always my preferred company.
Where's his subtitles?
Sure, I'll grab some tamales on the way home. Yeah, I'm glad I had a good day too. Love you.
I love how they show Spider-Man high up in the air, high above the rooftops, knowing good and well that we can never achieve that in this actual game. Even the trailer tried to show that off. Spectacular gloves! Spectacular cartridges, spectacular lenses, and his iconic suit. Alright, so we got legendary gear for Spidey. How dare you give me a weaker piece than what I'm holding? Interesting perks. But let's go ahead and check out his suit. So we have his classic suit that we've always seen. And now okay, so you're just going to switch over to the other side while I'm in the middle of my conversation. Thank you, game. We have his classic suit that we've always seen. His classic red and blues. And now we have his iconic suit inspired by this game. I'll give them one thing, I love the suit designs. That's it. Oh, let me show you the rest of the suits then, Michael. Okay, so we need to look through this real quick. So you see all of these suits. All of these suits are just like massive recolors. There's a lot of noise going on outside of my room right now, so apologies for that. So as you can see, he has his big time suit, which is not actually his big time suit. It's actually his Mark II bulletproof suit, but they just recolored it with green so they can call it his big time suit. That's not how it actually looks. Look it up on the internet. You'll see that this suit looks absolutely nothing like the big time suit. Doesn't have the high collar. They just like to reuse a lot of recolors like that. They also reuse the bulletproof suit to be the future forward suit, and we all know that it doesn't look like this. So there's a ton of recolors in here. And you know what's missing? Like, let me go over to my challenge card, and if I go over, notice that we have a suit missing. There's a suit missing, ladies and gentlemen. What is it that they have so many recolors of, but we don't have the original in here? Can you tell? I'll tell you what it is. We have all these different variations of the noir suit, but we don't have the actual noir suit. Where is it? They showed it off. You have no idea about what I'm saying about the suits? Okay, so here's the thing. The original versions of these suits, like this is his regular Mark II suit. This is his regular Mark I. And then you have like his wrestler outfit, but they're all recolored into different suits made to be like different suits that he's had in the past. So this is his bulletproof suit, but they painted it green and call it his big time suit. But he already has a costume called the big time suit that doesn't look like this. That's what I'm saying. When I tell you that there's an original and then they recolored it into something different to be new, it's because he already has a suit named after this, but it doesn't look like this. The suits are just recolored. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And they're recolored multiple times. Why would I get a green version of his bulletproof suit when his bulletproof suit is enough? If I want the big time suit, then I'll just play... If I want any of these suits to look like they do, I'll just play Spider-Man from Insomniac. Point and period. I ain't got to worry about recolors that cost $7 a piece for me to, you know, say like, hey, I got this same suit, but blue. And plus the fact that his noir suit is nowhere to be seen in this at all is making everyone wonder, okay, so where is it? You have the different recolors of the noir suit, which should be an all-black suit with a trench coat, like old-timey 1960s or 1950s Spider-Man, but it's nowhere to be found in the game whatsoever. You have the recolors, but not the original. So it leaves people kind of wondering about it. So, but that is it for Spider-Man's with great power mission chain. I'm glad I finally got it done. We have Claw Returns, which is the raid that they have for the game, but I couldn't care less about their raid. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have as much excitement and as much enthusiasm as doing any of their endgame content in this game as I do watching paint dry. I'm sorry if that sounds a bit harsh and a bit rude to them, but I just have no interest in it. As a Marvel fan, this game does not do it for me to say like, you know what? I'm going to spend a couple of hours playing Avengers because I find it fun. This is me personally. This is my own opinion. If you enjoy Marvel's Avengers, that is you. Do not let what I'm saying dissuade you in any way. I'm just not, this game is just not for me if I'm looking for a full-on Marvel experience. I'll either play Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, or any of the Marvel Lego games that has hundreds of different characters and better ways of showing off how they can be as Marvel characters, even in Lego form, than play Avengers. I came into this game with absolutely mid expectations, and those mid expectations were met. I'm sorry, but this game just didn't do it for me in order to keep me more invested over time. What are my thoughts on the new face of Peter Parker for Insomniac Spider? Now, I was so used to the original face of Peter when I played the PS4 version of Spider-Man back when I had a PS4 before I got a 5. And I liked his face. His new face came along and I was like, wow, they're trying to make this dude kind of almost look like Tom Holland a little bit. But his face has kind of grown on me, so I don't mind it. I still like the first face, though. So you was thinking about Fujitora's Gravity Devil Fruit Awakening. He'll be just like Law and Kid, only he'll be just like a black hole. Well, then he'll be on same par as Blackbeard, and Devil Fruits kind of don't steer in that direction. So if anything, if Fujitora's Devil Fruit allowed his fruit to awaken, he could affect the... I mean, think about it. His Devil Fruit allows him to affect gravity. He can repel stuff, and he can draw stuff in, and he can use the crushing force of gravity. Imagine that amplified to awakening levels. He could affect the entire world if he wanted to, or at least a giant portion of the world. Or maybe even pull things bigger from space down, like much larger meteorites, or maybe even the moon. Crazy stuff like that. But my opinion on the new face of Spider-Man is I don't mind it. Sure, I missed the first one, and that one will always have a special place in my heart as a great face for Spider-Man. But the second one, the newer one that they have for his face now, I don't mind it at all. It's kind of grown on me, I'm just going to say that much. I still like the first one, but the second one has grown on me, so I kind of like them both. I feel like one thing I want for Insomniac Spider-Man 2 is change the hair for Mary Jane. I'm just annoyed at the ponytail Mary Jane over and over again. I mean, you want the MJ messy hair. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We could see that if they don't try to have us do Mary Jane sneaking missions again. I really hope they don't, because that was the only kind of downside for me. So we'll just have to see. Do I watch or write Tokyo Revenger? Do you mean, do I watch or read Tokyo Revenger? No, I haven't gotten into that series, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. Also, different clothes, jacket is for the whole game. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. This is Insomniac's first iteration of creating a Marvel superhero game. So, They're just testing the waters to see what they can do. Since they're making a brand new Spider-Man game specifically for the 5, I would imagine that they'll change up the dress of everyone. At least one would hope. Otherwise, it'll be like a Saturday morning cartoon where everyone has the exact same thing on every single time you see an episode. So, we'll just have to see from there. But, I unlocked some things, I unlocked some skills. Enemies thrown with web slam deal status damage based on the type of enemy that has been thrown. Let's just unlock some other things, and then I think I'll call it here. Because I really just wanted to play through this. I really just wanted to play through Spider-Man's missions and then just call it here. I'm not interested in the raid, and I'm not going to do it. And there's far too many problems. Far too many problems with the raid that people are calling problematic, such as losing all of their progress, like their entire save for the entire game is being wiped. So I'm not going to mess with that at all. I have no interest in it. So let me just see here. Let's get... Where is it? Let's get this one, because he doesn't really have many options to heal himself all that often. And then that. And then... let's get this one for the Spider Drone. I love playing the Miles Morales game and all, but in Spider-Man 2 I wanted to focus more around Peter than Miles. It's going to probably focus around the both of them at the same time. Given the fact that both Miles and Peter are in the same... are featured at the same time, it's going to allow us... I'm pretty sure it's going to allow us to switch between both Miles and Peter. Insomniac, hats off to you. You all Square Enix do better. At least I love the Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's what I have faith in Square Enix. Just not in faith in Square Enix doing Marvel games. Or at least Marvel games like Avengers. Guardians is a good example of Square Enix putting the right people for the job for a Marvel game. Guardians is a good example of that. Co-op for Spider-Man 2 isn't going to do too well. There's not going to be any co-op in Spider-Man 2. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be still single player, but allow you to switch between Peter and Miles. I feel like switching between characters between Peter and Miles will be perfect since they do that in the first game, like playing MJ. But the story is going to focus on Peter and Harry rivalry because they are best friends. Sure, but Miles is still going to be in it, so it's probably he's going to be a part of the story as well. You could say that it's going to be around Peter and Harry's rivalry, but can we really say that there is a rivalry between them? We just know that Harry is Peter's best friend, but we don't know if they're rivals. Peter and Eddie Brock, that's a rivalry. Peter and Harry Osborn, that's a friendship. So we'll just have to see. But both Peter and Miles are probably going to have an equal amount of screen time for the game. Though I feel like it'll probably lean towards Peter just a tad bit more. But we'll just have to wait and see. It's too early to make speculations about a game that we only seen just a cinematic trailer for. So it's far too early for us to make assumptions. Just like it's far too early for us to make assumptions on Insomniac's Wolverine game. Even though there's so many things that they can do, it's still too early until we find out just even a smidge more detail. That's all we need. All we need is just a smidge more detail to go off of, and then the speculations can start. But I do know that Kraven the Hunter is going to be in there, and Venom's going to be in there. Now, whether we're going to see some more obscure villains, like, I don't know, the Chameleon, possibly. We have yet to, or maybe the Jackal, or different types of villains other than the Sinister Six remains to be seen. We just have to wait and see. Insomniac is good at making stories different from the MCU. Yeah, they do. Here's the thing. When Insomniac does stories, they go out of their way to incorporate all facets of, especially, and I'm saying for Marvel games, they've already shown that they know how to be passionate about the game and make it so that it's an authentic superhero experience, which is why I'm very hopeful for Wolverine. Because given how great Spider-Man has done, to the point where Spider-Man has set the bar for, okay, this is a good superhero game. Do more of that, please. I'm very hopeful for Wolverine for them to do him justice. Like, they've already hired someone who's going to specialize in, dismemberment and how to animate it. Gouges, slashes, cuts, and, stab wounds and all sorts of things. They're hiring someone to cover that whole facet. So they're already getting the aspects of the aftermath of what Wolverine does down pat already. So I trust Insomniac to give us an authentic Wolverine experience. I want Spider-Man 2 to be basically all about Peter since it's his game. Even though I like Miles' character, I want Peter to have the spotlight in this one. We're just going to have to wait and see. They are smart thinking for creating story. They have knowledge. They have the passion. And you can tell that they already know how to pay homage to great comics with Spider-Man, because there's so many references in Spider-Man. And it's like, wow. If I want to play an authentic Spider-Man game, I play Insomniac's game. It feels great, the story's good, the world building's good, the game centers around Spider-Man. Everything that the game is built upon is built around that one character, and that's why it works so well. Marvel Avengers here is an example of taking all these characters and dropping them in a predetermined environment and forcing them to adhere to it. Spider-Man is the complete opposite. The entire world is built around Spider-Man, so everything works for him. But the entire world of Avengers is built already, and they're just dropped into it without it having them in mind. Like, sure, and I'm not saying like gameplay aspects, it's just that the game was already made to be a multiplayer games as a service game, and the Avengers were just dropped into it. You can't tell if it was built for the Hulk, because you can't throw cars. You can't tell if it's built for Captain America, because, there's not too much that Captain America can do for you to tell that this is a place where Captain America would take part in. You can't tell that this is a place where Thor has been, because they just weaken, the characters are weak for the sake of the game. Whereas with Spider-Man, you're getting an authentic Spider-Man experience because everything that happens in the game is something that Spider-Man would have to go through. With Avengers, it just feels mundane to me. I feel like Insomniac is just saving the DLCs for Spider-Man 2 because we didn't get DLC for Miles Morales. See, the reason why we didn't get DLC for Miles Morales is I feel like true sequels should get DLC. Miles Morales is not what you would call a true sequel to Marvel Spider-Man. It's a standalone game. That's completely different from a full-length game like Marvel Spider-Man. Miles Morales is a standalone game. That's why it's so short. That's why it doesn't take long for people to get through. That's why I was able to get through the game within a single stream. Because the game is not a full... It's a full-length game, but it's not it's not full-length to the extent of Marvel Spider-Man. That's the difference. So I feel like standalone games shouldn't get DLC if they're not full-length. So, like you said, they're probably saving the DLCs for Spider-Man 2, which I don't blame them whatsoever. They probably learned from the DLCs from the first Spider-Man game, because a lot of people had some things to say about the DLCs, like, I got tired of Screwball, and I got tired of how, like, okay, this is nice and everything, but some people would say this is nice and everything, but what more is there? So I would see that they learned from their mistakes. Insomniac is very good of learning from their mistakes. And it's not just Spider-Man that they're phenomenal at doing. They're basically just phenomenal at doing games in general. Like, they did Sunset Overdrive, which is an Xbox exclusive, and that did phenomenally well. They did Ratchet and Clank, all of the Ratchet and Clank games, including Rift Apart, which is chef's kiss. Such a phenomenal game. I might boot that up once I'm done with this stream. So Insomniac has a very good track record of doing good games because they're passionate about doing it. Yeah, it's a standalone game and a beginning for Miles as a Spider-Man, and Miles Morales' game was just a tease for Spider-Man 2. Like, what are we getting for the sequel? Exactly. Everything we can do in Miles Morales feels like an upgrade for what you can do for Spider-Man, which means that whatever we do in Spider-Man 2 is going to be an upgrade for what we can do in Miles Morales. They're taking everything they learned from the first Marvel Spider-Man game and Miles Morales and essentially doing what From Software is doing with Elden Ring. They're taking all the great aspects of their previous game and then incorporating it into their true sequel that they're putting their heart and soul into. The culmination of all their work brought down into one massively new game. That's what Insomniac is doing, just like From Software is. So I'm looking forward to it. They weakened the powerhouses just to bring balance to the game, and I understand nobody will play Hulk and Thor just to punch robots that didn't break in 1 or 2 punches. See, my thing is, I get it. I get it. The game to some people, not everyone, because not everyone feels this way. The game to some people would be boring if you were able to have the true power of the Hulk and just send people flying into the distance with 1 punch, or if you could run across the field or run across the map at breakneck speeds, or just sail all the way over a map or halfway across the map. He doesn't need to go all the way over a map because some people get ridiculous like that. And I understand the balance of not trying to make everyone too powerful. Otherwise, the game would be boring to these people. But you can have options to allow the people who want to have a challenge to play the game that way, and allow the people who just want to go in, turn their brains off, and then just wreck shop like it's nobody's business. That's an option. It's not a forced option where you have to choose between you can only play this mission if you have this setting turned off or whatever. An option to turn on, to be able to just reach absurd levels of power. And this game had the potential to do that. But it's kind of squandered with every single decision that they've made thus far. And I don't think we're going to get that with this game. See, when I play games like Warframe, as an example, they give you so many options of how you can tackle a mission. They give you so many different missions that have set level parameters that say like, hey, this is going to be a high level mission, so make sure you're high level. And then you could have missions that go down to all the way down to level 1. And you can go in there with a maxed out frame, with your best possible abilities, and spend hours just wrecking shop and just owning enemies like no one can ever touch you. Those are options. Options. Expansive options to give everyone what they want. Instead of just limiting it to like what Avengers does here, where every enemy has the potential to just straight up kill you, regardless of where you put the difficulty, because the scaling is always either 5 levels under you, which really isn't that much of a difference, or 5 to 10 to 15 levels above you. It's sort of limiting in how it can give you more options to fulfill that set niche. Understand? So it's kind of... I just feel like this game is, as far as accessibility goes, they're really lacking. Especially a full year, and they've seen the feedback from people. They have. They've just not paid attention to what they deem is too difficult for them to do, and only paid attention to the people that constantly give them praise or give them likes or say like, oh, I love your game. Those are the people that they pay attention to, because apparently the devs have said that they kind of lose it's kind of disheartening for them to have to look at negative comments all the time. And I'm just thinking, you should not be in the entertainment business if you can't handle criticism. And there have been plenty of constructive, respectful criticism, as well as very rude and uncalled for criticism for their game. But the fact that they really only pay attention to the people that give them praise and say like, oh, this game is fine, oh, this is fine, and they really do listen to the people that tell them that this is okay, keep that the way it is, rather than listen to the people saying, like, this is causing some issues over here. We kind of need this fix. I mean, that's the reason why most of these glitches and bugs exist in the game right now. Because they, apparently, when you try to tell people about bugs that are in the game, mods delete that message, and that doesn't get taken over to the devs themselves, because I've seen it happen. I brought it up, and sometimes my messages would be deleted because it says, oh, this does not fit with our parameters and doesn't fit with our rules. There was even one dev that says that there's a person on Reddit, and I don't know if their message is still up. They said that, hey, I haven't played the game in a long time. You mind if I tell you some ideas of what, and it's not just me, but there's a whole bunch of people. You mind if I talk to you about what you guys could do to bring us back? I want to come back to your game. Do you mind if we shoot you some ideas about what could bring us back to the game and have us playing all the time? And the dev that was speaking to him says, like, I'm not sure if I can answer your questions if you're not playing the game. But if you start playing the game again, then sure, by all means, shoot me that question. He basically told the guy, if you're not playing the game, if you're not playing Avengers, your opinion is not important. Only people who are playing the game have an opinion that matter. So you understand how rude that is for you to tell a player that wants to come back, I can't take in anything you say into consideration because you're not actively playing the game right now. Imagine being told that, okay, so since you're not doing this one thing that you really want to get back into, I can't really take in your consideration or even think about your ideas or even listen to your ideas unless you're doing the very thing you say you want to get back into already. You're not doing it now. But I can't take your feedback if you're not doing it now. You see how backwards that really sounds? That's rude to talk to a player like that wants to get back into your game, and you say to them, I can't take your feedback unless you're playing our game. But the player is not playing their game. They want to tell you what you could do to make them play the game. So you can understand why people really don't take these devs all this seriously for this game, because they kind of focus on the wrong things. And their response to things is, for all intents and purposes, not as... some of it is not professional, which is disappointing. Insomniac always challenge themselves because they want quality over quantity and expand the story more. I watched Ted Price's interview, and he said that they read negative reviews so they can learn mistakes and then improve better. Exactly. That is what every developer should heed. Look at the negative reviews. Take that data and see what you can do with that data to make your game better. That is why No Man's Sky is in the state it is right now. It went from being overwhelmingly negative when it launched to being overwhelmingly positive, with mostly positive reviews on Steam. And that took a couple of years for them to achieve. But that's what happens when you stick to a game and listen to feedback, actual constructive feedback, learn what you can from it, and improve your game. And not keep yourself in controversy all the time. It's not a hard thing to do. I know it sounds like I'm going on a big rant here, and not a lot of people like it when I go on this rant about Marvel's Avengers. Oh, Kyushu, stop talking about Avengers. I'm going to say what needs to be said, because I can't be me if I don't speak the truth to you guys. This game was a wasted opportunity using the Avengers name. Crystal Dynamics should not have been the people who have no experience doing multiplayer live service games. They should not have been the people to make this game. They should have given it to people who had more experience with it. And flat out, the game shouldn't have been a games as a service game as a whole. But here we are, a year later. And we're just now getting Spider-Man that's only exclusive to PlayStation, which means Xbox and PC players get Nothing but the raid and whatever came with the update. That's it. They don't get a brand new character like PlayStation gets a brand new character. And we're at a standstill wondering what they're going to do next. That's not a standstill of hopeful optimism. It's a standstill of just like, okay, what's next? I'm done with Spider-Man's mission chain. There's a raid to do. But that's it. And I have no interest in the raid. Nothing else for this game has changed. So now we're just wondering, what is next for this game? Does the game die going into the next year? Are they going to stick with the game and try to keep working with it? We don't know. We don't have a roadmap for what they're going to be doing. Because Spider-Man just seemed like their biggest trump card to me. And anything after that is not going to be as big, I feel. Unless they stick to their guns, actually pay attention to the negative feedback, take that data and see what they can learn from it, and see what needs to be done to their game to make it so that everyone comes back. Everyone. They had 28,000 players at launch. They haven't even been able to get close to that number since then. And these are just like PC numbers, but the numbers are pretty much around the same thing when it comes to console players as well. And we'll just have to see. I know I went on a long rant just talking about this game as a whole, Insomniac and Crystal Dynamics and the like, but it needs to be said. This is a pretty basic... Okay, Kenzo's just barking out there in the distance. He's fine. This game, it's okay. If I were to tell people to get this game, I'd say get it at its lowest price drop possible. And I heard that it was like $9 right now. That's probably the best you're going to get for $9 because it kind of feels like that type of game. But it needs to be said, it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it is. This game exists. And we can only hope that either they just stop supporting this game and move on to something that Crystal Dynamic moves on to something that they're good at, or we're just going to keep seeing more of the same if they just keep listening to the same people that only give them praise and don't give them reason to improve, and they just remain mid the whole time. It's unfortunate, but it's the world we live in right now, where lackluster is the new standard. Rather than trying to do the very best you can, it is now the standard to, we'll fix it later. And later turns into 2 years later. If you get the mentality of fix it later rather than fix it right then, so you ain't got to fix it later, then you get games like Marvel's Avengers. The combat is great, but that's it. And combat can only drive a game so far in a game that's supposed to keep content fresh. That's all I got. I only wanted to do the Spider-Man mission chain, and I achieved it. There's nothing else I want to do in Avengers. I could play as Hulk, but Hulk has always been lackluster to me, and pretty much Hulk was the only reason. Learn from Guardians, just make a new game. Learn from Guardians. Learn from Guardians. How is it that Guardians was out less than a month and was already having accolades and high reviews from everybody, and even had awards given to it and nominations for it? Less than a month. Marvel's Avengers has been out for a whole year, and the only award that this game has seen was to what is her name? Sanad? What is her name? Sandra Saad, who is the voice of Kamala Khan in the game. She won the Golden Joystick Award for Best Voice Vocal Performance. But Marvel's Avengers has yet to ever receive any nominations or receive any awards for any achievements it's done, because it really hasn't achieved anything worth noting, save for Sandra Saad's vocal performance as Kamala Khan. And that's just her. The rest of the game hasn't done anything to achieve any sort of positive notoriety, which is unfortunate. And then Guardians comes up and does it in less than a month, and there's already people telling them, hey, this is my game of the year already, with good reason. because it knows how to do a Marvel game right. But I'm just gonna stop here because otherwise I'm just gonna keep ranting, and you guys didn't come here for that. I just wanted to finish this Spider-Man mission chain and then call it quits. There really is no reason for me to have Marvel Avengers on my system anymore other than playing Spider-Man, and that's it. And to be quite honest with you, I feel no drive to even max him out because I'm just basically doing the same exact thing over and over again. I'm pretty sure some people will find massive amounts of enjoyment from him, but if I want to play a Spider-Man game where I can feel like Spider-Man and enjoy myself 100% of the time, I'm going to play Insomniacs, which is probably what I'm going to do after I said I was going to play another game, which was Ratchet & Clank. So, yeah, that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if this seems like I was coming down on this game so hard, but this game had so much potential that it pretty much just wasted over the course of a full year, and I have no more patience for it. So, goodbye, Avengers. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later peoples, and I'm uninstalling this game from my system.